Well, earlier this week, we told you about the B-29 named Doc coming to Hoosier Aviation.
Yeah, and that historic bird now here. Terry Craig got the great job today to get a tour of the aircraft. He has more about that B-29. Terry.
With its ability to fly at high altitudes and hold large amounts of ammunition, the B-29 Superfortress was unlike any other aircraft at that time. The B-29 Superfortress was an innovation that gave the Allied powers an advantage in World War II.
The military needed a long-range, high-altitude bomber. You know, we had the Flying Fortress, which was the B-17, and they needed something that could deliver a lot of firepower to the front lines on the mainland of Japan, so they developed the Superfortress.
With its age, this plane needs a lot of maintenance to continue flying.
For every flight hour we fly, there's about an hour's worth of maintenance that goes into this. There's always someone out polishing, wiping, tinkering, caring, loving on the airplane.
Now, I'm currently sitting in the navigator's chair. The navigator is one of 10 people on the plane. Now, I can say the plane does get very hot and get very cramped very quickly, so it required a lot of focus and teamwork from all the men on the plane to complete their mission.
Had to work together as a team to figure out where they were going. Bombardier then had to find the target. Flight engineer made sure all the systems stayed running and kept the airplane in the air, oftentimes with battle damage. The gunners were looking for the enemy aircraft, trying to shoot them down, so there was a lot of teamwork required to fly one of these.
Vietnam War engineer Donald Apprior went on a flight and says that it puts into perspective how challenging World War II missions were.
Well, there's just something about a recip engine that is just totally different than any jet plane you can think of. It's just so much history there that you just don't realize what those poor boys went through that was flying back in them days. Been doing that every day for missions.
This B-29 brings out dozens of visitors, but Wells says that this experience just means more for those that served in this type of aircraft.
It's very special to be able to not only meet and greet World War II vets that come out to see us. Many of these individuals are either in wheelchairs or using walkers or canes, and then when they get up close to our airplane, it's sort of like a Disney magic moment. They touch the airplane, they are transitioned back to when they're 17, 18, 19 years old.
The plane gets its name, Doc, from Snow White. Each of the 9 planes in its squadron were given the name of a dwarf from the film. The squadron is known as the Snow White Squadron. Today was the last day that Doc will be at Hoosier Aviation.
All right, thanks so much, Terry. Beautiful bird.